I knew very little about it. I was having a TV installed, and the TV installer, when I told him I was playing Tula Harkonnen, knelt down at my feet, and I realized I had a responsibility to a group of people who are passionate about this series and about these novels. And as I read the scripts, I began to see these extraordinary parallels with modern society that need to be raised right now, because you go to the elections next week. You know, Valia, my sister's character, says, which is more important, history or prophecy? We precede Timothy Chalamet by 10,000 years, so, you know, if anybody is learning from anybody, he needs to take a leaf out of our book on how to play it. But with all huge respect, honestly, to the actors and the Denise films, you know, without them setting the bar high, we have to show that TV can elevate itself to that level.
Maybe we need something light in there, like we could have some like musical skills in there in some way, like we could do some painting, like maybe we need to learn to relax.
I think it tackles our uneasiness and mixed feelings about AI. I think it tackles the idea, for example, you know, that thinking machines are a disruptive force, and I think that, you know, we're currently having quite an interesting conversation about what that means in relation to AI. So I think he was incredibly prescient, but he's also talking about the depletion of natural resources, and, you know, I think that's something that obviously is part of our world now with climate change. So it feels very zeitgeisty, and I think, you know, that's why this series feels so current.
It's in Frank Herbert's universe, and Brian Herbert and Kevin J. Anderson, who wrote the books that we are very much drawing from, Sisterhood of Dune, they absolutely envisioned a future where humans not only gave rise to artificial intelligence, but then clashed with them and were subjugated and had to really fight their way back from the brink of extinction. So it's absolutely like trippy to be in a creative world where you're on the other side of that, and in the real world watching us run headlong to, you know, give power over to our machines to help us in life. So I think watching the show can raise a lot of questions that are pertinent to today. And the same goes for charismatic leaders and other things that Dune has always been very much focused on.
Very. I mean, I think the sisterhood's currency is truth. But that becomes in itself a commodity that it can be manipulated and abused. And he who controls the narrative controls the universe. And they let people think that they're in power, and actually it's all manipulated. The dark arts are at play.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it was really hard to stop playing this character. Like, to play somebody who is that confident and who is that sure of themselves and has that type of power, and eventually learns to control it in the way that they do. I mean, especially but in the world now, like, I would love to be like Valia.
I mean, I think AI is definitely a big part of it, but to be honest with you, I think it's also about the people in power and political power and how they run the government and how they see what they think will benefit the common people, and actually, the common people, and actually, thanks Jess, sorry, about how, the common people and what they think is actually good for everyone, but actually not hearing maybe what everyone wants. And I think that is a real parallel to our society and our world.
We will always find parallels in today's world, especially where, because Dune's, the sisterhood speaks about women, the Bene Gesserit is run by women, and I think it's relevant even in that way, because we see women growing with more and more power now. And more than the gender of power, I must say that the balance of power is the most interesting part of the Dune universe. And that is something that the world will identify with at any given point of time. In generations to come, and history has shown us that it's all about power, the use and the abuse of power.
I don't know what my spiciest take is.